All right, welcome back. JP with Max Tier 3 Revival, and getting ready to dive into a few projects and see what we can make happen. I've got a couple things pulled out. I got those cappings that I found. Gonna take those and try and get those done. Still have the carburetors. Gonna try and shoot and get the fan done as well. That's a older style one, 4-blade. Well, I know it doesn't look like it, but that's a lot of work right there getting into this point for these pieces. Problem is when I took the jack apart, the nut on the end that actually brings it up and down was shoed. When it came apart, a whole bunch of little ball bearings came out. And they are that size right there. So, took a look at the top of this. Look at some kind of bearing that was in there. And I'm not sure if it got blown all apart at some point. It does have a roll pin that goes through there. Well, if I just put them in loose, try and find some more bearings that are the same size as that. Problem being is there's still a lot of play in there, and I think it's going to cause issues. I'll try and see if I can order some kind of a bearing to replace that one. I don't think I'm going to use that jack very often anyway. Probably just put it back together and then throw some paint on it and stick it in the back. I got one more capping piece that's sitting over here in my cleanup zone. So gotta get that one done. Well, this is why it takes me so long to get stuff done. You can see all that glue that was stuck on the inside of there and how rusty that piece was. All right, so not 100% clean, but got the majority of the rust off. And now I'm going to tape off the fins and then paint for the interior part. And I've got, I don't know if I've said this already, but I got some parts coming in for the jack handle, which I have done. Well, the jack itself, it's two parts. It's these two parts right here. So I got a follow-up coat I'm going on here of the Eastwood paint, and then I've got some ball bearings coming in so we can do the repair. All right, so probably not the best method in the world. So just taped up the fins. I hit a couple more spots for the most part. I got a rust encapsulator paint that I'm putting on here. So back at it in the garage today. You will see in my timeline, I've been working on fan. I've also been working on some capping pieces, and I'm waiting on some ball bearings to come in so I can finish the restoration on the actual jack. So these three pieces alone, if I had to split it up for the time that I've had out here in the garage on them, I've got about 10 hours. Now, sounds like a lot of time, but it's because you have spray time in between paint. Actually inside watching a TV program on preservation, which is kind of what I'm doing. You know, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I don't think this car will ever be a Pebble Beach contender or anything of that nature. But I'm trying to reuse the parts that were part of the original car as much as I can. All right, so today we're going to try and finish up putting the jack back together. I got two different kinds of ball bearings, but I'm still not the best at figuring out which one is the one that we need. The sound you hear in the background is my heater. I'm going to put you on the time lapse, and we're going to try and see if we can't get it back together, get a roll pin in it, and finish it up. So overall, I'd say we're pretty much a winner there. Looks pretty good. Operates like it's supposed to. Anyway, success. So I just took some of these little teeny tiny ball bearings here, added them around the couple that I had left, put it in some grease, and then put it all back together. New roll pin, thin that down, and paint looks pretty good. So I think that's a win. So that right there is a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and trying to get the parts looking better, but some of the reward. And the more of these parts that I can wind up putting in boxes like that, cleaned up and ready to go, I will be so much quicker putting everything back on the car when I finally get to that point. Motivation, just not a lot of progress as far as, outsiders looking in, but works for me. And that's keep on striving and keep on going.